Okay, let's have a bit of a yak.
Having a talk.
Get the sound right. Then
I
we'll
mean,
do a podcast.
Yeah, all right. I think it's a good song. Maybe we should use that as our opening tune.
Well, I mean, it's season 2. Maybe we should...
Maybe we need new music. Maybe we need new opening theme.
Okay, well, I'll work on that for next week.
Okay.
I'll listen to this back.
See how you feel about it.
See those good lyrics.
Yeah, and go, oh, yeah, they're the best. I can hum along.
Yeah, you can hum. That's what it'll be. It'll be literally what I just did, and you
humming.
We'll record you humming along.
Yeah,
and then that'll be it.
Cool.
It's season 2, new theme tune.
Season 2 theme tune.
Let's roll with the old theme tune for now, though.
I think we should.
Hello and welcome back to the Space Jam Continuum, the show where we try to make a cohesive cinematic universe out of something that was never meant to be one. I'm wearing headphones for some reason.
It's a good look. I'm Carl Noble.
I'm going to take them off.
No, okay, I think you should, yeah. Because otherwise your ears are going to get
It's
too
also
hot.
very distracting. Like, I don't know how people, have themselves in the monitors while they're talking.
Yeah, it's slightly off-putting, especially if you put like a 1 second delay on yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just the worst.
That was horrible. That was a clumsy start.
I'm
keeping it.
Yeah, no, let's roll with it.
So last week, I mean, we had a bit of a breakdown at the end there, didn't we?
We did. It all became about mirrors.
I mean, I still think we need to keep those issues in mind, what was going on there, but it was very hard to identify.
Yeah.
But in the back of anything Daffy and Porky related, mostly Daffy related, I reckon, because we didn't think that was a Porky pig.
No.
But anything Daffy related, we really need to have that in the back of our minds.
Yeah, no, I think...
Just in the hope of coming up with something better than just mirrors, isn't it?
So it was probably just a complex use of mirrors.
Yeah, so that was a bad ending. We apologise for that, but we had nothing.
So sometimes these things just happen, though.
Sometimes we try our damnedest
to see the thread, and sometimes you just can't see it. No.
There's just nothing.
It's an invisible thread running through it.
So, I mean, we're going to have to move on. We're going to watch Back Alley Uproar. It's Uproar.
Yeah.
See what I've done there. See where this is coming from. It's an Elmer and Sylvester number from March 27th, 1948.
Yep.
But we have had an episode before with a cat singing outside a window.
Yes, we have. I mean,
this Notes to You.
Yeah, and this is basically
And I think this is going to be...
They've just banged Sylvester in and coloured it in.
Really similar. Now, what's interesting about that is, like, we've seen them trying to rewrite Porky's history.
Mm-hmm.
What possible reason could they have to be rewriting
that whatever cat
Notes,
that was?
Notes to You from 1941? Because that was before Porky went mad as well.
It was. I mean, because this is the first pairing of Elmer and Sylvester, so maybe they're just trying to establish a deeper background between these two characters.
Who was being irritated in the 1941 one, though? Like, the cat was just a cat.
Yeah.
Who was inside? Who was getting angry?
Was it not Porky?
Was it Porky? Or was it Elmer? And it's just Sylvester's been put in?
I reckon we just pause for a second, go back, have a little look.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, for crying out loud. Did it do it?
You're on the wrong list. You're on the 48 list. Oh, it's the same window, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Because they definitely just went up to 1941 there. So there's 1940. Notes to You, Porky Pig.
So it was Porky.
It was Porky,
was being
yeah.
Annoyed.
Yeah.
So
and the cat wasn't named either, so the cat was just a cat.
That does make a bit more sense as to why they would replace it, though. They're just replacing Like, instead of replacing Porky with Porky, they're just replacing
Porky with Elmer.
It's just like, let's
just
iron
redo
that out.
Yeah.
Let's redo that. Well, let's watch it anyway. So we're watching Back Alley Uproar, which is an Elmer and Sylvester number from March 27th, 1948. Well, although in premise, that was the same episode.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of things were really quite different.
Yeah.
So, Sylvester has replaced the, just
cat.
generic cat from before. Yeah. Elmer's replaced Porky. Sylvester's rehearsing opera outside the window.
Yeah, for no particular reason, though. It does seem to be just to annoy Elmer.
Yeah, so previously it seemed like it was an alley cat who, that's just where he lived, and he was practicing opera. We thought maybe previously he was auditioning for Porky.
Yeah, because at that time Porky was director.
Celeb and a director.
Yeah.
Sylvester just seems out to annoy Elmer.
He does a bloody good job of
it. It's really not long into the episode before he's just in Elmer's house, like, just laying traps, basically.
Yes, yeah.
Like, being annoying on the stairs to lure him out.
Yeah.
During that sequence, Elmer grabs him and ties him up, but Sylvester has, like, big, like, clodhopper, like, boots on.
Yeah.
And Elmer grabs him, ties him up, replaces the shoes with basketball trainers, just for one...
Yeah. It was really weird, because it was like, why has he got basketball shoes on?
Like a second and a half.
Yeah.
It doesn't come up again, but he's got basketball shoes all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's all these little things.
Yeah, there's just little bits which are just woven in, isn't there?
And it's just like, I can't see why this is the way you would issue him the shoes.
No.
I don't see why you need to hide it, but this does seem to have been, at least that sequence, a cover for issuing Sylvester some sneakers.
Yeah, for no apparent reason as well. And the thing is we know that Elmer has had a certain amount of power transfer from Bugs. So is it possible that him and Bugs are now at least working towards the same end goal?
Yeah, I don't reckon they're working together.
But do you reckon they...
But I reckon they are both now...
Going, right.
They both know. Something's going to happen. Either baseball or basketball related.
So...
although, the only Bugs basketball thing we've seen, I think, was before the power transfer to Elmer.
Yeah.
And since then, Bugs has been doing quite a lot of baseball stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe they've taken a sport each and went...
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking Elmer doesn't have the ability to travel in time yet, but he has prior knowledge of what's going to happen and is trying to prep for it.
And he knows that, like, they're not going to have the level of control over which way that is going to go.
Yeah.
Like,
so they
know Michael Jordan is of some principal importance.
Yeah.
And they know that he's going to quit basketball and start playing baseball. And they don't know really when.
So they're kind of hedging the bets, really, aren't they?
They don't know really when the aliens are going to arrive.
Yeah.
So they're hedging their bets there, I reckon. But Elmer, I don't know. Bugs seems to be putting in some more identifiable work and practice. Although he seems to be focusing on himself. Getting himself ready.
Yeah. I mean, he is spending a bit of time kind of like trying to prep some of the other people, but not as much as he's... But maybe he knows he just needs to get to top form.
Because also we had a Bugs Gossamer episode, and Gossamer already basketball trainers.
Yeah.
And we thought we would see more Bugs and Gossamer together, and we haven't really.
No.
And I think that's because Bugs has gone, it's Elmer's job.
Yeah, possibly.
Do you think he's just gone, Dear Elmer.
Yeah. Can you go check out this big hairy guy?
Playing orange hairy thing.
Yeah.
Here's the coordinates. Yours sincerely. Your arch nemesis, Bugs.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, because that's That's the only thing that makes sense to me as to why Sylvester ended up wearing basketball trainers.
That's the only thing that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I just can't come up with a better reason for that.
Yeah, and it was just really odd, just for like a couple of frames.
Yeah,
they were basketball sneaks all of a sudden. Elmer definitely still hasn't really got to grips with having a human body.
Yeah, he doesn't realise his
Sylvester
body parts
greases
can
up the
feel
stairs,
pain.
puts some tacks down on the floor. Elmer nearly grabs I can't remember what he's chasing him with before. It's something to hit him with.
Yeah.
A blunt implement. And he runs down the stairs, he's nearly slipping on the stairs, he runs over the tacks, and just as he got over the tacks, he's so annoyed by those, he turns around to go back upstairs to get his gun, but he just runs back over the tacks.
It doesn't round. It's not like it's a massive amount of tacks.
Yeah.
It's just a line of tacks.
He grabs his gun, and then he slides down the stairs and runs over the tacks again.
Yeah.
Just to get himself rolled up. I don't know. I think he can tell he was sort of hindered.
Yeah.
And he's annoyed about it, but he doesn't have the tactile intelligence to connect the things.
No.
He just goes, well, I know I'm annoyed now. Better go and get my gun.
Yeah, so he just does it again. I don't think he's linking the two bits. But Sylvester basically trades out positions with another cat. He just goes, hey, come over here.
Hunted, but he sees Emma coming with the gun.
Yeah.
And he switcheroos with another cat.
But this other cat can sing really well, but very differently to Sylvester.
Yeah.
And Elman knows at this point, he's not just it's a cat as a cat.
Yeah.
He can tell the difference because he just whacks this other cat with the butt of his gun.
Gets a bit dazed and slinks off.
Yeah.
And then Sylvester turns up and the gun's immediately back on him.
Yeah.
Sylvester starts singing a lullaby. And immediately, as soon as it goes, go to sleep, Elmer's like, stop it.
Yeah.
So Elmer knows this works.
Yeah.
Elmer knows.
And is worried. He's like, I know I'm going to sleep.
Songs, now I'm going to get that, please.
No, please don't say me. And that was it.
He knows that works on him.
But
and now
Sylvester, now we do, yeah. But Sylvester basically carries Elmer to bed, puts him in, gives him a little kiss on the cheek, and wanders off. And you're like, oh, that's quite nice. And immediately just gets on his one-man band suit. So he just sent him to sleep, put him into bed, just to annoy him again. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to wake you up now.
But then there's a couple of things raised by this. So, Elmer wakes up, he's annoyed.
Yeah.
He runs out and round the corner to, a workman's, little shack. There's clearly some road works going on. And it says danger explosives on the side. They just leave those out.
Yeah, just a box of dynamite.
And, so previously we've wondered, does that out-and-out kill Toons?
Yeah.
Because we've had this worry, since the second cartoon we ever watched with that dog, what killed all those people. And here we have pretty much confirmed that, yes.
Explosives do kill Toons.
Do kill Toons, because he lights the dynamite. He doesn't leave.
No.
He just kills himself.
Yeah.
So he can get some kip, and he's up on a cloud getting some kip, and then the 9 lives of Sylvester all float up and around him,
come sailing by.
Songs. So
currently, Elmer and Sylvester
canonically
are dead.
They're dead.
So
that's going to be difficult.
Well, especially next episode.
Exactly. It's what are we going to... They're dead. All 9 lives went up. If we'd only seen 8 lives, but we saw the 9th one. We saw the 9th one there. They were labelled. They were labelled lives.
And we definitely saw
know how
Elmer
that works because we've seen cats. They need to drag
they need to have at least one in them to pull the rest back.
their last life in, so they can keep going.
So, I don't know. I mean, they're dead.
They're dead.
But I mean, the thing is we know Bugs can't allow that to happen.
I suppose.
And will Bugs do something about it? And does that have something to do with the basketball trainers?
Who knows? Let's.
I don't think next episode's going to help us.
I don't think it's going to answer it, but we'll see what situation Sylvester has found himself in at this point. Anyway, so the next one up is I Tore a Putty Tat.
Classic.
It's a Sylvester, Tweety, and Hector number, as you'd expect from that title.
Of course.
From April 2nd, 1948. Presumably, Sylvester's alive.
Yeah. Hopefully this will answer some questions.
I doubt it.
Yeah, me too.
Something powerful in the cosmos wants Sylvester dead.
Yeah. But what is it and
That's
why?
the second consecutive episode where he's died. We can only presume that. I mean, we know he's on the Toon Squad.
Yeah.
So, like, we know pretty much that Bugs or Elmer, with their Toon Lord powers, will have got to bring him back. But something else is at play. Something wants him gone. Like, this is a pretty run-of-the-mill Sylvester Tweety episode.
Yeah.
But it ends with Tweety having offed Sylvester. Like, Sylvester's done.
Yeah, and in the same way that he kind of confirms his other kills in earlier episodes. You know, like we kind of thought that, you know, once Sylvester and Tweety got together, that Tweety would have met his match.
Yeah.
And was like, right, you know, it's just like an unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe it's not.
In this situation, the episode starts and Sylvester's killed the last 5 canaries in the house and he's tallied them up on the wall. And then it ends with Tweety in the cat basket having chalked up a cat on the
I mean, like the owner of, you know, Tweety and Sylvester, she's a terrible pet owner because she just picks up the phone. So once one of them's dead, like either one, like she just picks up the phone. She doesn't even say her name.
Yeah,
and the pet shop knows who she is, and she's like, "Can you send me another cat?"
Such a fucking good point.
Yeah, like they just know. It's like, oh,
send me another one.
Yeah, it's that woman again. She's killed another animal. Like,
I didn't pick up on that at all.
So it's like she's terrible.
She doesn't even go to the shop to get them.
No, she's just like, I'll send one round.
I didn't pick up on the fact that she didn't have to go, hello, it's...
No, she's just like, hello, pet shop, can you send me another one, please? Like, all right.
Like, they must presume she's eating them at this point.
I mean, I guess so, yeah. But
I didn't get the impression that Tweety was there for more than a day.
No. He just rocked up that day. So
yeah, I like, and in the end, like, I mean, Tweety doesn't actually get the kill.
No, but he facilitates the killing.
Yeah, by making a dog and a cat fight to death in a bird cage.
In a bird cage. I mean, like, we don't actually see Sylvester die.
We just have it confirmed.
It's just Tweety says there's another one gone. So Tweety doesn't. I mean, maybe Tweety's just a liar.
Because the owner always assumed that the canaries had escaped.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a chance Sylvester escaped, but the trouble is I just don't feel like Tweety's a liar.
No, I mean, I don't.
Like, I feel like Tweety has a vendetta, has a mission, and it's killing cats.
Yeah.
Because, like, there are several points in the episode where he just jumps into Sylvester's mouth.
Do you think it's possible that the aliens are aware of the portal? The aliens from Space Jam are aware of the portal and are sending people back to try and off.
It's possible, yeah. They could have their own thing going on.
Do you think Tweety might be one of them?
I don't know. Tweety's. You think Tweety would have been an interloper in Toon Squad?
Well, I mean, I know he makes it to Toon Squad, but I mean that's much further down the line, and it's very possibly has a change of heart halfway through. But he seems to be wanting.
Tweety's do you think Tweety's like a Terminator?
Yeah,
he's like been sent back, and then at some point maybe another Tweety's going to get sent back, but it was by bugs rather than by by aliens.
Yeah, so I'm like, because Tweety definitely has an agenda. And it's to take out Sylvester because he is actively trying to kill him.
Yeah, I mean it's been
Sylvester's just been a
cats
cat
in general, but so it seems to be Sylvester specifically.
Like, it's possible that it just didn't know. Just like in the Terminator, how many Sarah Connors got killed before?
So he
found the actual Sarah Connor that needed killing.
So do we think Sylvester is Sarah Connor in this situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, I'm in.
Okay, we'll roll with that for now. I mean, Tweety is a Terminator-esque entity. Definitely adds up to me.
Yeah. Because he's relentless.
Yeah, I don't know if I think it's necessarily...
I don't think he's a robot.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the aliens from Space Jam, but
No.
I could see how that's a solid working theory.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in this that particularly threw up any?
I mean, there's another use of alum. Alum seems to be making more and more of an appearance in this.
Alum's
like,
in.
Yeah, it's like because
Again,
that's
two
a
consecutive
classic.
episodes.
That's a classic sort of like Looney Tunes thing where, and it's normally Tweety using it to make Sylvester's mouth into a really small butthole-looking thing.
Yeah. Can we? I mean, I don't know its relevance, but Tweety has a hat now.
Yeah, but Tweety occasionally has a hat, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
'Cause I remember it getting sort of smaller and being at a more jaunty angle later on.
Yeah,
But what's this hat about?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's to cover a bald spot.
It's like maybe because previously Tweety was bald, and
Yeah,
now,
so
now
maybe-
his feathers have come in,
Maybe he's just got
and
a
his
spot
bit
that
that's still
hasn't-
just bald.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll get a hat,
Put the hat
pop
on
a
that.
little hat on there.
Cover that up.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what type of hat is it. Like, it looks like it's sort of like little.
It's like a little
sailorish
school.
sort
It's
of
kind of like a
effect.
schoolboy-esque
Yeah, it's like a little
sort of hat.
schoolboy-esque hat with a little,
Yeah,
little tassel, like
yeah.
little ribbon bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just want to bring up that Tweety wears a hat now.
he's got a hat.
And is quite protective of it.
Yeah.
we'll-
Like he
we'll
jumps
get it
back
back.
into Sylvester's mouth, to
But
get
also
that hat
uses
back.
it to disguise other things
Like
as himself,
alum.
like alum and a small explosive device.
Yeah. So maybe that's why he actually has the hat. Maybe it's not to cover a bald spot. It's just
easy
because
to
it's a,
disguise any other yellow item.
yeah, small
It's
yellow item.
himself.
Just put the hat on it. Well, he's going to think it's me.
Yeah, maybe it's just a tactical
Yeah.
choice. Yeah, I could see that. He's issued it.
Clever.
He's sent back.
Yeah, clever.
Shall we just take a brief look in the Porky Piggy Bank?
I think it's a good idea.
All right, let's go do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we make the Space Jam Continuum for free.
Constantly.
And that's not constantly, without relent, without anyone asking us to do it. We took a bit of a pause.
We did.
But, you know, we're back. It's still free.
Yeah, like we're back on it. It doesn't cost a penny for you guys to listen to it.
And that's not going to change.
Nope.
But Rob over at Kaiju FM hosts our podcast
Yep.
along with a bunch of other good shows. And it's
Some-
not free to run that.
No, it's not.
So if you enjoy the show or any of the other shows on Kaiju FM, please consider heading over there and just clicking support us at the top of the page and taking a look at the Patreon there.
that's on there.
It for us be as little as $1 a month, which means if you only listen to us, it's like 25 cents an episode,
Just
and
cheap.
every little helps. Like it goes a long way to helping us keep this running.
Yeah.
And we want to keep doing this.
We
so-
do, and I mean, if you can't help out in a kind of financial spooging some money
Which
on
is
us way,
fine.
which is totally acceptable because I mean, you know, who can these days?
Yeah.
But the best thing to do if you can't do that is to rate us, get us on, find us on iTunes or wherever else you listen to your podcasts, and actually just leave a review because currently iTunes we have
especially.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like we don't even show up as like a rated show.
Yeah.
And we know people listen to us
Yeah,
on iTunes.
we have the stats. We know a bunch of you
Yeah.
listen to it on iTunes. So please, if you listen on iTunes, just take a minute out of your time and leave us a review because
Yeah.
it really helps our visibility and it helps us get it out there.
And-
Otherwise, just tell people about it.
Yeah,
just-
get out there, tell people. I mean, we do other things as well. Like we don't just do this. So not only can you tell them about how awesome this is, you could also just mention some of the other things that we do.
Yeah, so I'm guesting currently over on The Prestige, also on Kaiju FM, taking Rob begrudgingly through a load of Wes Anderson movies, which I'm enjoying much more than he is.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Although it's not been too bad.
it's not been as bad as you thought.
I'm also guesting on Merely Role Players, which is a live play RPG podcast, and I'm doing a bad Scottish accent and being a bit of a spy in a sort of James Bond, Mission Impossible-esque spy romp. And you can find them at Merely Roleplay on Twitter, or just search Merely Role Players anywhere you listen to your podcasts. It's been really good fun.
Yeah.
And they're good podcast buddies.
Good podcast buddies. Me and Mike. So Mike's one of our good friends, and we do a brewing podcast on Kaiju called By the Mash Tun. So if you're at all interested in home brewing or, beer reviews or anything like that, by all means, just get onto Kaiju and have a little look at By the Mash Tun, where we will be brewing some beer, we'll be drinking it, talking about it, and just generally making a nuisance out of ourselves while getting slightly drunk.
So that's where you can, find us and some other good stuff to listen to around the internet. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah,
and
it makes a big difference.
And anything you can chuck us to help us out is so heavily appreciated. But otherwise, just keep listening, because we like to know you are.
Exactly.
Let's watch some cartoons,
I think that's a good idea. We've got some important stuff to go sort out.
Okay, so depending on how much this throws up for us, this might be the last one. We might be able to squeeze in one more. But,
I don't know, man. First appearance of the Crusher.
First appearance of the Crusher.
That classic character, the Crusher.
Who the fuck is the Crusher?
I've never heard of. I probably have heard of the Crusher, but it doesn't say first and then final appearance of the Crusher.
I've heard of the Crushinator, but that was in Futurama.
Yeah, very different.
Very different.
Very different. But
no, Pa, I love him.
What if it is the same one?
Let's find out.
I think we should. Oh, by the way, it's Rabbit Punch.
Oh, yeah.
Just before we start, it's Rabbit Punch, Bugs Bunny, The Crusher, April 10th, 1948.
It's good someone's on the ball.
I know.
It's a shame it's you. So we do vaguely recognise the Crusher.
Yeah.
Like, I
just a big unit who's a boxer.
Yeah, a big unit who's a boxer.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I found interesting just in the opening of this is that the way Bugs gets embroiled in this boxing match is very similar to the way he got his baseball practice in, which is sit there heckling loudly from the sidelines until they get annoyed and make you play.
Yeah. He's pretty good at it as well, though.
Yeah. Well, he's good at baseball. He wasn't great at boxing. No, but
he's good at being he's good at heckling and then getting thrown into something which he's, possibly not ready to do.
Yeah, he can pretty much guarantee that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do that well in the early rounds of this boxing match. Boxing matches back then were long. They weren't this long. This goes to like 110 rounds.
Yeah.
But in the Tooniverse, it does seem that like past a certain point,
anything goes.
I don't think it's that anything goes, because it definitely escalates in a
controlled fashion.
In a reasonably controlled fashion.
Yeah.
I reckon it is. I reckon there's a bit more audience participation. I reckon it's a bit more like a wrestling match where people are like, get the chair. But in this situation, it escalates through. Thing? It's like okay, it's round 30. This is the point where you're allowed to start putting like horseshoes in your gloves, or like building your fist into a little brick house, just so you hit harder. And then like come round sort of 60-ish. It's like, okay, this is the point where it is acceptable to fire yourself from a cannon at your opponent, and come round 110. People in the audience presumably yelling, "Get the train! Get the train!"
Tie him to the tracks. Get the train out.
Because that seemed perfectly legit as well. It's the first time I think we've seen Bugs sort of like admit defeat.
Yeah,
because at a certain point the screen just goes blank. We thought it was. It worked. We genuinely thought it was bored.
Yeah, so
went white.
Yeah, so it kind of did that thing where like the film flickered and then melted.
You see, I missed that part. I just heard the noise and like
no, it was the so it flickered and then it melted and then just went white. And Bugs comes onto the screen and basically just goes, these things happen, I guess.
Yeah. So my feeling in that regard is that Bugs basically, got into the situation where he realised it was when they got the train out and he was tied to the tracks. They realised he kind of needed to get out of there. At which point, I presume he deploys some emergency soil.
Yeah.
Like just chucks that down and goes boom,
Has a touch of it.
and basically just time travels out of there. I wonder if that sort of white limbo-esque thing is what, like, the time and space sort of interim is like when he travels.
Yeah, the portal must have like just kind of dragged with him at that point. Because he does kind of go.
Well, I think because he was the principal character, and the portal follows its point of interest. Like, it just followed Bugs.
Yeah.
Which was interesting, because that means that probably that the portal and Bugs' method of time travel are in some way related, if it can follow him there. So I wonder if, like, sort of in that white area, in a sort of Scott Pilgrim way, like with Ramona and the doors.
Yes, yeah.
Like, that white area, just anything is a door, and like he can
just jump in and out.
He can just jump in.
Yeah.
So, like, anywhere else, he jumps through the soil, that's a door, he comes out of a door in that white zone, and then
can just jump back in at different points.
But I imagine he walks up to just an area of that white bit and just opens it like it's a door, and then suddenly it's a door that everyone can see.
Yes.
So if he's got a companion running through there, that's how they see it.
Yeah.
Like the bit in the Matrix where they get the guns.
Yes.
And it's nothing, it's a blank space, and then
all of a sudden it's just like
nowhere.
Bloop, there it is.
So I think that's also probably how he just grabs stuff. Like, it's just like, I think it's probably a lot like the Matrix.
Yeah. I mean, what was interesting is he did try his best to kind of uphold the ruse as well, though. When he's in this white bit, he goes, confidentially, like, basically, I did this, and just gets out appearances as if he cut the film.
But I think that's...
And it was like, you're just trying to pretend that it's not you time travelling around the place.
Yeah, it's interesting, because I wonder... Is it that he can create that illusion? Because we've seen him create illusions before. Like, it was a weird colour dot thing.
Yeah.
When... Oh, it was the last appearance of Dr. Killpatient.
Yes. Yes,
because
it was.
one of the rounds in this, Bugs pretends to be a physician, and the look's a bit different, but like the clothes are the same.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have as long of a beard.
No.
But I think that's the return of classic Bugs character, Dr. Killpatient.
Dr. Killpatient.
But in the last episode where he disguised himself as Dr. Killpatient, he created the illusion of these like coloured dots. In this one, like, do we think he created the illusion of like the film breaking and melting, or do you think that was added in post by the archivists at the agency?
It's hard to say, really, because
like at this point, do we think it's the portal's still going out live in the theatre?
Yeah, and it's being filmed.
They've realised that that's happening, and they that theatre's closed.
And they're just filming it and then putting it out. Yeah, I don't know. Because we haven't... The only way to really kind of say which way it's going is whether or not there is any sort of participation from audience like we saw early on, where we saw silhouettes popping up and interaction with theatre audience from the Toon side.
Yeah, because I'm starting to believe...
Because we haven't seen that for a while now.
Yeah, and I'm starting to believe... Yeah, we haven't seen the silhouettes in a while. And I'm starting to believe that, like, there is, and has been for quite some time, that direct collaboration, like, between Toon agents and agents from our side. So like, I'm currently feeling that maybe Bugs can't create
that illusion.
Those illusions through the portal. They have to be added.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I think the last time with Dr. Killpatient, I don't think there was silhouettes. He talks out of the frame.
Yeah.
But I think that's... he has the ability to jump out of there, and he's pretty sure the portal's going to follow him, because in this situation... Like, there were no other principal.
No, he was confident that was going with him.
If he's in like an episode with Porky or Daffy or something like that,
he might stay
it's
with
like, what
them.
if it doesn't follow him?
Yeah, or
what
Elmer.
if he's not the protagonist?
Yeah. That would hurt his ego as well.
Yeah, like, so he has to find other ways out of those. But in this one, he's just sort of, he goes, I'm putting an end to this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just think, because for a while, outside of, like, we've always been pretty sure who sits on the agency on this side. Like, it's like Charles M. Jones and Leon Sylvester.
Yes,
and
yeah.
The people who make the cartoons.
Yeah, the directors, the producers,
the
writers.
animators. It's like
animators.
Bullshit.
God, like, that's a thing.
But yeah, so we've always been pretty sure who the ones on our side are.
Yeah.
And we've,
We've theorised
pontificated
about...
that an ancient lobster, Santa Claus, sits on the council, as it
Yes.
were. But the other Toonside, we were never really sure whether it's the characters we're seeing or if it's something completely different. And, like, even if it's not the characters that we see as protagonists, I do kind of feel like there is some collaboration directly between the characters we see as protagonists and whoever on the Toonside sits on the council, if it isn't Bugs.
If it isn't them directly. No, I mean, I would be surprised if Bugs was sitting on the council at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if Bugs is sitting on the council now, but I'd be surprised if he's sitting on the council at that point.
Do you know who I wouldn't be surprised if they sat on the council, even after everything?
Go on then.
Porky the Third.
Oh.
I mean, if you're going to run a super secret intelligence agency...
Yeah. You want
like,
a guy who
that's the kind of guy you do go, do you know what?
He's got contacts.
He's got the skills.
Yeah.
He's got the skills. So, you know, like kind of like when they... Like the FBI catch, like, a major criminal and then they go, can you help us out?
Yeah, it's like, you're really good at that, aren't you? We want you on our side.
Like Frank Abagnale.
Yeah.
Like... yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe that's why we haven't
Maybe
seen
not
him for
yet,
a while.
but I wouldn't be surprised if
he's doing a bit of time in jail and...
Well, like we pretty much think he's been sort of on the lam.
Yeah.
Because he was definitely just milling about with the ICBM in his kitchen. And then, like, if they catch him or have caught him, do some time in jail, and then as soon as something starts rising up, I wouldn't be surprised if they go, we need someone who can get into the head of this maniac.
Yeah.
And I think I've got just the good soft pink boy.
So kind of like Sean Connery in The Rock.
Not yet, but I just think that's the kind of thing that might happen.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Well,
I mean, I got more from that than I actually thought we had.
Yeah.
It
was right at the end, though. That finisher. Woo,
yeah, it was like it seemed like it was going to be pretty inconsequential, and actually, you know, had a pretty hard think about Bugs' powers and about how boxing works and about collaboration with the agency.
Yeah, I think it's a solid place to kind of, you know, take a break. We're going to have a week to ruminate on these subjects.
Yeah, we still need to work out sort of when and if Bugs sorted out the Elmer Sylvester death debacle.
Yeah.
And the second Sylvester death debacle. But, you know, that we can save that. They're all good, juicy questions.
They're all open questions. Until
next week, you can find us on Twitter at TSJ Community.
Yeah.
Any theories and queries you have, or if you just want to tell us you like us or you hate us, go for it. It's the internet.
We're used to that.
Goes.
We're pretty thick-skinned.
So you can find us there. You can find us on Facebook. Just search the Space Jam Continuum, and you know you'll get updates when the episodes are up and when we're doing various things.
Yep.
There's also a little group to have a chat in there. So yeah, please get involved with the discussion because I do like hearing other people's theories, especially since we did the live one and it was like, that's good material.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
There's a lot of people with some very interesting questions.
Yeah. Get involved in the chat. Otherwise, until next week, see ya.
Yeah. Bye.